won't believe what I made out of a cardboard box. I cut up my latest Amazon box to create a symmetrical design with 2 triangles or peaks the same size, each separated by a rectangular piece. I cut out window and door shapes and found it easiest to cut from the back side to create a clean finish. Then I outlined everything with a white acrylic paint marker and added a few extra embellishments. I assembled it into a house using hot glue, then measured and cut 2 roof pieces. Once glued on, I decorated the roof with white acrylic marker, placed some fairy lights inside, and I have the cutest gingerbread houses. These make great kid-friendly holiday decorations too.
Who says Christmas can only happen in December? Today, I am turning scrap wood into an adorable tiny Christmas village, perfect for your Christmas in July decor. Let's get started. First up, I am using my miter saw to cut scrap wood into the basic shapes for each building. I am making 4 little houses along with a Christmas inn, a toy shop, a bakery, and a post office. It's just a simple straight cut on one end and a 45-degree angle on the other for the roofs. Nothing fancy, just a mix of different sizes. Once everything is cut, it's time to sand down all the edges of our wooden blocks and prep them for painting. I take my time with each piece, starting with a base coat on every building. Then I move on to the details. I simply cut up some wooden craft sticks to make tiny windows, doors, and roof accents, then paint and detail them with markers. It's a lot of small work, but adding those little touches is what brings each building to life. I'm giving every house its own unique color palette so the whole village feels cozy and charming. It takes patience, but trust me, it's worth it. Now for the base, I am starting with a round wooden board. I cut white foam into 2-inch strips and glued them around the edge to create a raised border. On the farther end, I am adding a couple of scrap wood pieces as risers to create a little hill, then covering them with a white napkin to blend them in. It gives the scene that natural slope. Next, I use a piece of scrap wood to create a slope pathway down from the hill and add a black foam strip as a road running from the top all the way to the outer edge. I line both sides of the road with white stones to give it some definition, then cover the rest of the base with fake snow. Time to place everything. On the left, I am lining up the residential homes. On the right go the shops, the toy shop, post office, bakery, and restaurant. The Christmas inn goes on top of the raised area. It's the crown jewel. And right down the middle is a little road connecting everything, leading all the way up to the inn. Now for the greenery. I am adding tiny trees around the village one by one, filling in the gaps so it feels like a real little town. It instantly ties the whole scene together and gives that cozy winter wonderland vibe. And there you have it, a charming little Christmas village made entirely from scrap wood. It's a fun, budget-friendly project that brings holiday cheer any time of year and makes a perfect centerpiece for your table.
And what this is just a bamboo box that I got at my local dollar store. And it's used for your utensils, for storage in the drawers and everything. But I have an idea for what I'm going to use this for today. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up this background. And I'm just going to put, this is just white Elmer's glue, all down, and then I'm just going to spread that around with my finger, or you can use a paintbrush or a sponge if you want. And I'm just going to use some scrap pieces of paper to cover that up. And I'm just going to place my scrap pieces of paper down in here, push it into the glue, getting it nice and smooth. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. And now that's all done. I'm just going to wait until it's dry. My background is all dry now, and my next step is I'm going to take a little bit of Mod Podge, and this is just the water-based glue sealer and finisher. It's in matte. If you don't have Mod Podge, you can always mix together the white glue that I had earlier and a little bit of water, like just a little bit, and that'll give you the same consistency that Mod Podge does. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be generous with the Mod Podge as I lay it down. I want a lot to adhere to the back, and I'm not telling you what I'm going to do, but I'm going to show you in just a little bit. I want it to be a little bit of a secret. Well, not a secret, but you know what I mean? One of those dun 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 moments. So I am generously putting this Mod Podge down because what I really want to happen is I really want the decorative background that I'm going to do to really adhere to the background. So I'm going to make sure that I have a really nice good coat of that Mod Podge all over and where I want it to go as well. And here's the surprise, a little bit of shredded snow. I am going to open this up carefully because I know this snow is going to get everywhere. So I'm just going to do a little opening here, and then I'm going to just pour that snow right in there. I'm going to get a good amount here because I do want to spread it out, and I want to make sure that the coverage is full. So I'm just going to move it around a little bit. And you can already kind of see if I move it around, it's already sticking to that Mod Podge. So I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm just going to press a little bit lightly and just kind of get in there. And then what I will do is I will let this dry probably for a couple of hours before I take all the other snow, the excess snow out. But for now, I think I am good to go. I'll give it just another couple of presses. And then I'm just going to leave it exactly like this for a couple of hours for it to completely dry. My Mod Podge is all dry. I have all my snow in there and it's looking great. I had a little bit of snow down here because this is where I'm going to put the scenery. So I have snow in the background and snow right on the ground. And what I'm going to do next is I have a little bit of Christmas decoration, small little miniature trees here. I also have miniature kind of Charles Dickens-esque style figurines and some lamps as well. So I'm going to incorporate those in my design. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some hot glue, put that on the bottom there. I'm going to turn this over so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to hot glue that down right in place and just hold it for a little bit. And with the snow, you're going to want to put a little bit more hot glue on there just so it can seep through the snow and go onto the wood and stay nice and secure, just like that. So I am going to continue on building my scene, and once I'm all done, I'll show you how it looks. And I have my scene all set up here. I've got my trees, my little lamp posts there. I've got some carolers hanging around. And I thought I would just add a little bit more kind of festive fun here. And I just have these little picks that are Christmas themed. They're really small with a little bit of a pine cone as well. And I'm just going to glue these right on the corner just to add a little bit of festive fun to our scenery. And there you have it. Our fun little Charles Dickens inspired carolers all in the snowy background with some trees and a little fun festive floral pick at the corner there.